grateful for my health. I am grateful for my family. Thank you for the beautiful area that surrounds me, the greens, the trees, the water that gives me oxygen. Thank you for my beautiful puppy. I'm so grateful for this perfect weather in which I live.
This is Sandra Bravo on day 6 already of the 7 amazing habits for a fulfilling and successful life. Are you ready to learn about the power of gratitude? So let's talk about the power of gratitude. What happens when you're born? You are born with a certain amount of life particles, and what happens is the natural progression is you get nursed and taken care of, and then you go to kindy, and then you go to primary school, and then the natural step after that is to go to secondary school, high school, and then depending what culture or country you live in, you might be expected to do college and university, and then it might vary in the order, but you'll probably get a really good job, go around traveling the world, get married, have babies, raise your kids, if you have them. And then what happens? It gets to the point where, probably whether you're on your 30s, your 40s, your 50s as a woman, you become exhausted. Okay, and you become to the point where, okay, I've done all the steps that were expected, but now what? When you get to this age, it's like, okay, I've done all of that was expected to do in my natural progression. I don't know what's next. And that's when we start to feel a little bit lost and, oh my God, what is it that I'm supposed to do in this life? Not only that, you become exhausted because all those life particles that you came to this world with, every time you have a stressful or traumatic event in your life, you get rid of a lot of those life particles. So let's say if you were born with, 100,000, just to make a number, of those life particles, when you have a natural birth and you come through the birth canal, it's so traumatic that you might get rid of 10,000 of those particles. And then as you start growing up and you're learning to walk and you fall, you might lose another 2,000. And then you go to school and then you get bullied and you might lose another 5,000. And then you get to high school and you find your boyfriend is cheating on you and you are heartbroken for the first time and you might lose another 5,000. And then you get married, and then you might get divorced and you lose another 10,000 of those particles, or you might go into a business and you fail and you go bankrupt, or you lose your business, whatever it might be. So what happens is your life particles are depleting. Those life particles is what gives you energy, what gives you drive and passion to keep moving every day forward. And it might be like, if you never heard of it before, oh my God, but how do I make up for them? Because I don't want to keep losing them. And the more stressful your life is, or the lower your threshold for handling stress is, the more you lose them. But the good news is that you can replenish those life particles through the power of gratitude. And that's why I love gratitude so much. I know you might be thinking that every day I say, oh, I love what's about today and I love today's topic, but I do. Because these 7 habits that I've been teaching you over the last few days, I swear, they totally changed my life. It's just a matter of implementing them. So like I said a couple of days before, if there is anything you're gonna take out of these 7 days, please make sure it's the power of gratitude. You have no idea. With gratitude, you become healthier, wealthier. You have more because you're focusing on what's right. There's always gonna be what's wrong, but there is also always what's right. It's just what lens do you choose to see through? What do you choose to focus on? And you might feel like you're going through so much drama and everything is going wrong, but if that's all you see, that's all you're gonna manifest more of, because what you focus on expands. So by being grateful, you're manifesting more of that. If you're grateful for where you live, guess what? You're gonna get a better place to live in. If you're grateful for your job, for your business, for the people around you, guess what? More of that is gonna manifest for you. And you're automatically gonna be ingraining the subconscious habit of looking for what's right, for what's positive, and being grateful continuously. I have this beautiful little bracelet, as you saw at the beginning of the video, with a little Buddha. And the reason I use this is because every night, just as I go to bed and turn my light off, I grab my bracelet and I put my nail in between one of the beads and I say thank you for something. If you have a problem with the word gratitude, that's fine. You can use appreciation or just thank you. And just like you saw me do it at the beginning of the video, I might go, thank you for my kids because they mean the world to me. Thank you. I'm so grateful for them being in my life. Thank you for that beautiful person I met today at the supermarket that gave me this card to go and meet this spiritual healer or whatever it might be. I am so grateful to live in such a beautiful part of the world, for the water and the grass that surrounds me. I am so grateful for the wonderful gym that I go to. You know, you can start with anything. If you haven't done it, you might feel like it's a little basic and superficial. That's fine. If you've been doing it for a while, you're gonna go deeper. Like, thank you for the pipeline that brings the water from, you know, the dams to my house, and thank you for the pumps that clean them up, and thank you for the grass that makes the flowers grow, and you know, anything that the universe or the human life provides for you. And so this is a really good way to anchor it, because it makes me go through the whole bracelet. So what happens if it's one of those negative days that I'm tired, I can't be bothered, I can only think of 2, 3, 4, 5 things, then by having the bracelet, it's like, no, I have to keep going, because I know I started on the side of the little head of the Buddha, and I have to keep going until I come back to the other side of the Buddha. So it forces me, as you see, to be grateful for as many things as the beads that are in my bracelet. So it's a really good habit to ingrain. I strongly recommend, if you haven't, go and read the book called The Magic from Rhonda Byrne. She is the lady that wrote The Secret. And The Magic is a beautiful book because it's very little, and you're really only reading about 5 minutes a day in the morning when you wake up, and then it gives you a thing to be grateful for that day, and it explains you how to do it. It's a really good exercise. So, and it goes for I can't remember how many days, maybe a month or 2, but it's really good, maybe 21 days. And so every day you wake up, you open your chapter, you read it for 5 minutes, and then you go and do the exercise that she told you to do. So by the end of it, you're really into the mood of being grateful, and you'll notice how you start to be very superficial gratitude to all of a sudden really feeling it into your body, like, God, I feel so overwhelmed and grateful for all the amazing beauty and abundance that surrounds me, and it's just so beautiful. So I strongly recommend you do. Now, the call to action for today is gonna be to grab yourself a little journal where you can write every night 5 things that you're grateful for. There is always something to be grateful for, okay? So if you don't want to read the book, if that's too much, if doing the bracelet is too much, that's okay. Just start by writing in a little journal 5 things that you're grateful for tonight before you go to bed. I am so excited to see you tomorrow for day 7, and click on the button below, because now you will be able to register for the complimentary free live class where you're going to be able to ask all your questions about these 7 habits we've been doing, and any questions that you may have if you're interested in finding out about more of our Amazing Ladies Retreat and anything like that. So I would love to see you in the live class. Make sure you register below, and I'll see you tomorrow.